Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday meditation gathering. I'm so glad you're all here to share this time together. This week we have Neda Boin, who will lead us in meditation, and then we'll have 20 minutes of silence. And we'll have 20 minutes of gentle sounds from Neda. And after that, we'll open it up for sharing, and we end at 10:45. Over to you, Neda.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Good morning, everyone. Just gonna put on the gallery view so I can see all of you beautiful people. Ah, beautiful. So nice being with you all again. I hope you can hear me all right. Yeah? Okay, good. Because I just have my microphone and everything, but there's a little piece missing, so I couldn't charge and use it at the same time. So it will be what it needs to be. Let me just check quickly. Can you hear the piano as well? Oh, wow. Okay. That's great. Spirit is coming through for us. Different solutions. Okay, that's beautiful. Well, so for anyone that hasn't met me yet, my name is Neda. Um, I started singing when I was very, very young. Always wanted to become a singer. Never a singer for God. But the whole, universe had a different plan for me. When after studying A Course in Miracles for about 3 years, it was just as if someone pulled me towards the piano, and in 2 weeks there were all of these Course in Miracles songs that started to pour through me with lyrics all coming from Course in Miracles workbook lessons. And yeah, I think just before this meeting, I was also thinking of like, what do you want me to talk about? And I heard this beautiful lesson of I will step back and let him lead the way. And I always think it's such a beautiful reminder how we have this plan, for our lives and the things that we think we need to accomplish and need to go. Um, like for me, I never expected that I would, um, yeah, share so much about A Course in Miracles, that the Course in Miracles would become like my whole life almost, and that all of my music would be inspired by A Course in Miracles. I wanted to be this big pop star singer. Um, and Yeah, in the beginning, when we develop this trust in the spirit, it can seem as though we're sacrificing something, as though that what we really want, that we need to sacrifice that for whatever the spirit is asking of us. And what I learn now, and what A Course in Miracles is also teaching on almost, I would say, every page, is that God's will and our will are actually one. That God's will for us is only happiness, is only love, is only joy. And the ego says like, no, if you follow that path of God, it will be super serious, no more playing, no more joy, only hard work, staring at a wall for 10 hours meditating. You're not allowed to have fun anymore. And spirit, in the Course in Miracles is saying, no, like I need happy learners. I need happy students. I don't need, martyrs, people that are punishing themselves. And uh, th- every time it says like, don't forget to laugh. Like the whole metaphysics of A Course in Miracles is founded upon this idea of the Son of God that forgot to laugh. And here now we can sometimes take this path so seriously, and we can like tense up. I actually just a while ago took this course of becoming a laughing yoga instructor, which was just so funny. It came on my path to just, remember to laugh. And we just did a retreat a month ago in Holland, and it was just a whole big room full of people, and we were just all cracking up at all of the things that we took seriously. Like we did a writing exercise first, and we wrote down all the things that, could still trigger us, and we put it in a big bowl. And then one by one, we would take out these serious topics, these serious situations, and we would play them out all while laughing. We would just crack up about it, and it just started to become so funny to see, yeah, how we can take, this identity that we've built. We can take it so seriously, and it's so good to remember to laugh again, and to play and to be playful with it. But yeah, this thing of stepping back and letting spirit lead the way. I would love to invite you as well, like in a meditation, to sink deeper into that. Like what do you feel right now that you're really invested in, or something that you feel like, you have this certain outcome set in your mind, that you feel like, okay, if that happens, then I'll be good, then I'm content, then I'll be happy. And if something else happens, that's not how I want it. There's this sort of, you can feel it with certain things. It's maybe very easy to hand it over to the spirit and say, like, okay, you guide me, you show the way. But there often are also things where it's like, no, spirit, don't touch this. This is mine. This relationship, or this, no, you can't touch that. I need it to be this way. And it feels, right? It feels tense. It feels like it can't really flow in where it wants to go. So yeah, and I noticed that for myself as well, that certain things I find it very easy to just, put up my hands and say, okay, spirit, lead the way. I'm only here to be truly helpful. I don't have to worry about what to say or what to do. I know that you'll guide me. But then there are other things where I'm like, no, spirit, this is all mine. And why is that? If it is really true that, God's will for me is perfect happiness, then how can there be this fear that what will happen will lead me to anything else but perfect peace, but perfect happiness? Like, if I will hand it over to the spirit, it's almost as if there's this idea that spirit or God has this different plan for me, like has this sort of alternate plan of, punishing me, or, doing things that I don't like, or yeah, and it's this, I constantly have to remind myself of, like, oh no, actually God's will for me is perfect happiness. And I myself don't even know what perfect happiness is, what that looks like how how I can invite that in. So I notice, like, the more I'm able to really hand it over and say, like, okay, my only wish in this is to remember the love that I am. Nothing in form. Like, I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm not gonna mind God's business with that. Like, remembering that whatever outcome, whatever will come out of this, let it be serving me to remember the love that I truly am, to remember the innocence that I truly am. And I don't know if it's about time yet to go into, a sort of silent meditation. I already said that, my meditations usually go a little bit different because I love to guide it with some music. So I hope that's okay for you all. Is it okay too? Yes, I see some big nods. Okay, beautiful. Okay, let's just start by taking a big inhale and exhale. And another one. Yeah, good. Just take a moment to notice what thoughts, what feelings did you bring with you this morning. See if you can really invite yourself to just be as you are in this moment. It doesn't have to be any way different. Maybe you like a big sigh, or shaking your body a little bit, or rotating your shoulders, your neck. Just take a moment to settle in. Go inward, connect with your inner guide. Hand over this meditation. We remember to become happy learners. Happy learners that don't need to feel guilty for learning. Happy learners that know that a happy outcome is absolutely certain. Knowing we but travel on a journey without distance. To the love we never truly left. So we cannot do it wrong. No one is left behind. Look within your own life if there's something that you feel you have attachment to the outcome. See if you can just hand that whole situation or that whole relationship, really place it into the hands of the Spirit. Knowing the Spirit has the overview of everything, past, present, future. The Spirit knows exactly what is best for you. That the Spirit only wants perfect peace, perfect happiness for you. See if you can hand it over, step back and let Him lead the way. Put love behind the driver's seat. And see if you can just relax in the back. Like one of the review sections says, like a little child that holds his father hand, like certain that he will lead her wherever she needs to go. Like there's no doubt that he knows the way. So you don't have to meddle, you don't have to keep an eye on it, you don't have to monitor it to see if it's all going according to plan. You can just sit back, enjoy the show, let things unfold the way they need to unfold. Just hand it all over. Step back and let you lead the way. Spirit, lead me. I give my life to you. Spirit, lead me, lead me. Spirit, lead me. I place it all in your hands. I give it all to you. All of my past, my future, and all of my relationships, I give it all, I give it all to you. Spirit, lead me. I will step back and let you lead the way. I will step back and let you lead me. Remember to be happy learners, happy students. Remembering to laugh. Remembering that we cannot do it wrong. That a happy outcome is absolutely certain. That Spirit got us. We can relax, we can step back and let Him lead the way. He knows that our feet are tired. He's saying, I've got it from here. Rest in God, rest in knowing that you are so supported every step of the way. That angels hover near and all about at all times. That He will never never leave us comfortless. See if there's anything else you still haven't surrendered, haven't placed in His hands, any relationship, project, even your body, your health, your past, your future, your plans, your hobbies, your projects, your wishes. Knowing that the Spirit doesn't ask for any sacrifice and only wants your happiness. So you can hand it over. Knowing that God's will and your will are truly one. That God's will for you is only happiness. So come with empty hands. I will step back and let you lead the way. I will step back and let you lead the way. And just take your time. Maybe breathe in and out a couple of times deeply again. Maybe like to stretch a bit or yawn. And just take your time to come back.
Okay, we have 15 minutes left for sharing your reflections and your questions. If you'd like to speak, raise your hand or use the reactions button at the bottom of the screen, and I'll invite you to take yourself off mute. And if you'd like to ask Neda a question or a comment with confidentiality, put your message in the chat function at the bottom of the screen, and I'll read it out. Ayu.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Neda. I just love what you do. I just love so much. Thank you so much. During the meditation, the vision, the pictures, it came to me that I'm in an airplane, so the Jesus or pilots just flying for me. So I'm sitting in the passenger seat. And I personally do not mind the longer flight. When I back to Japan last year, it took 16 hours because the airplane couldn't fly over the Russians and so on. But I did enjoy that long flight because I just sit there just watching a film, meals come in, the flight attendant come in and smiled, and just I don't enjoy. But I do have a preference, like I want to have a vegetarian meal, but that doesn't upset me so much. If there's a vegetarian meals not available, which is like a meat one, I can have one. However, in this life, I have a very, very strong preference, something I cannot compromise. So like a Ken Wapnick, you say, it is okay to have a preference. Okay, chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream. But if I get so cross about this preference,
Yeah.
no good. And I do understand that. And that sort of, and I am aware of that I have a very strong preference. So what I do is, okay, such a strong preference, I cannot let go, almost like a very, very, it's like a strong glue attached to it. I cannot do it. So what I actually do is, okay, Jesus, I got this strong preference. I'm sure you know, I don't know how to handle it. And I don't know even I want to forgive this or not, but I give it to you. And then I try to forget, but I still can't forget because I'm so fixated to this certain outcome. It has to happen. And I have a question to you, Neda. When you have, I don't know, you have that such a strong preference like I do. If you face to that such a preference, what actually do you take a process to forgiveness? Do you sing a song, or what do you do? Could you tell us about your experience? Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful, Ayu. Yeah, I actually love that metaphor of the plane. I was thinking of that the last time that I was flying, that, unless you're a pilot, of course, but when I come into a plane, there's no thought in my mind of okay, let me be the pilot here and let me, fly this plane, because I know I don't know how to, but indeed, with our lives, we think we know and we think we know better. But yeah, there's this beautiful lesson also. I think it's in the God is the strength in which I trust, where it's okay, of course, whenever you feel anxious, you're trusting upon your own strength, and it's obvious that you're going to feel anxious, because what do we know, right? We don't have this whole picture, and we can't see everything. And I think when we feel that sort of what you're talking about, that glue where something is oh no, this has to be that way, it's because it's so tied into almost our identity. It's if that doesn't happen, there's such a fear of losing who we are, who would we be without that? And this fear that it will just just blow up, it's really this fear that I believe it really runs down to the belief that we're separated from God, that we did something wrong. And it's constantly again informed. Now it comes back to this belief that we could do something wrong, that we could make the wrong decision, that everything is dependent on us choosing to, leave God. And that caused this whole, explosion of messed up choices, that was all because of me, so there's a lot of fear of consequences. So I actually recently had one of those big ones where I really noticed that there was still this belief of, no, I can't let this possibility go, because it felt like a sacrifice. So what I do is when I really see that, when I come across, something like that, first of all, to be really gentle with yourself. I'm definitely not in the school of, okay, now you have to let it go. And, you have to blah, blah, blah. I believe in gentleness. I believe in, learning with joy and gentleness and being very kind to yourself. So even just seeing it, hey, I noticed that there's still something there that I can't let go right now. Okay, is that okay? And there will come a point where you're hey, I really feel I'm ready to, go deeper into this and look, why is it that I don't dare to let this go? What is it that I'm afraid of? And to do everything with the spirit, and my way of really going deep with that is, music, is voice liberation. I give a lot of voice liberation sessions, workshop, retreats, because I feel music is such a powerful tool to get from the head into the feelings, into the emotions, into the heart. So that is really, my way, and also my gift, what I want to share. So there's a lot of free sessions on my YouTube, but I'm also giving retreats with that. There's lots of stuff that you can find on my website. So if people are interested, is nedaboin.com. But yeah, there's so many roads, but I think the key is the willingness to see what is underneath it and to know that you're not doing it by yourself, because the ego can also come in. Okay, now we're gonna solve this, and the ego wants to get in there as well, but it's not the ego that is doing the work. We're not responsible of the correction, just of accepting the correction, accepting the healing. So it all comes down again to that willingness, and the way that it will heal in form, that will show itself as well. Yeah, I hope that answered your question.
Okay, who'd like to share? Teresa, take yourself off mute.
Hi, Neda. I just want to say that was wonderful. Thank you. I can't remember your precise words, but the idea of being in the car and as a child to go into the back of the car and just trust. But instead of that, we want to look at the directions and make sure that everything's all in order. And it really spoke to the part of me that likes to make sure everything's okay and on full alert and vigilant, definitely in the world. And the music and the idea of that, it actually brought me to tears. So I realized it was something, that I do hold on tight. I do like the control, and I don't trust fully. So I wanted to thank you, because the music, it softened it all. It helped me to be in the back seat and just recognize I need to, or rather I could trust a little more. So thank you very much.
Oh, beautiful, Teresa. Thank you. Thank you.
Who'd like to share? Norman, take yourself off mute.
Yes, thank you. And I hope I'm not going to throw a spanner in the works. Excuse me. But I'm used to silent meditation. And I have to admit, I was getting a wee bit upset with the continuous voiceover, as it were, and the music going, or the piano going. and I thought, why am I getting upset about this? And the answer, of course, was easy. It was the ego that was getting upset. It wasn't the real me. And when you mentioned the young child, with his hand up and being guided along, total trust, as it were, that grabbed my attention straight away. And I started to listen with my heart rather than the ears. And the calmness and the fact that you were playing the piano reminded me of the time when I didn't play the piano very well, but I could read notes, read the music, and I was turning the pages over for this girl who was playing the piano. And I realized that her fingers, when she played some notes, weren't reaching the keys. And I know you can't see the Holy Spirit, but the notes were going down anyway. And that just when the music, that put a whole new reflection on the notes being played. We're only enabled everything to do. I can't do that. The Holy Spirit inside me does that. I can't do anything without God's love doing it for me. And my whole outlook on the meditation just changed instantly, and I had to laugh. This was the strange thing. I'm not strange now, but I did have to laugh at myself, getting annoyed, as it were. So Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Linda, did you want to share?
Neda, that was lovely. It was just right for me today. I've got a hospital appointment, a 2-hour appointment for an eye examination before my cataract operation on Monday. It was just so lovely to have that theme of, I will step back and let him lead the way, because all of these procedures are a bit anxiety making. So thank you very much. It was lovely for me to hear your music and your words today. Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, I love this idea too, just quickly, of like whenever we're doing something, like even if it's like groceries, where the mind is like, okay, the goal of going into the grocery shop is to get the groceries. And to remember, like, no, my goal is always to be truly helpful. Like that's my only goal, like to be truly helpful, which means, you know, to remember the love that I am and to extend the love that I am to help others remember the love that they are as well, like that. So even like going into the doctor's office, it's like the mind says like, okay, my goal is to, you know, get this exam and to hear good news. It's like, no, actually my goal is here to remember the love that we are. And there was just a while ago, a friend of mine was doing her driver's exam. So many times she failed, every time she failed. And every time she went in with this idea, this time I'm gonna pass the exam. And at a certain point, I told her, like, don't go into this exam with the goal to pass the exam. Just go into the exam, have your only goal be to be the love that you truly are and to extend the love that you truly are. Let go of any other, you know, outcome of this exam. And she did it, and it was a beautiful, and she passed the exam. But you know, but it was not even then, it was like a bonus. It was not even the goal anymore. The goal was just to share the love, you know. So yeah, it's always a good reminder.
Linda, did you want to share?
That was absolutely perfect for me today. 2.5 weeks ago, somebody went into my car and nothing's happened yet. It was dangerous and I got it towed away. I think it's still in the recovery depot, and I've been so anxious, and to step back and let him lead the way. I need my car, I need my car, I need to do this. I'm always doing things for people. And I think now I'll be able to just completely ease off. I know I need to spend time quietly with God. And this, instead of, oh, I need my car, this is an opportunity for me to just to let go and be at peace. This is the most peaceful I've felt for a long time. So I truly thank you. It was wonderful. Thank you. And whatever happens with my car, whatever, so be it. It's for my own going home. Thank you.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Okay, take yourself off of mute and show your appreciation to Neda. Thank you, Neda. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Wonderful.
Neda.
Thank you, Neda.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much.